Veo 3 and super agents are absolutely insane. So essentially, what's just been released is a brand new update with Veo 3 called Veo 3 Fast, where AI super agents can now take that API and create long scenes like you see right here. Let me show you an example. So if we play this video, this also comes with the dialogue, but I'll take it off for now. You can see the videos were all generated here using kind of like a Martin Scorsese style, Quentin Tarantino style of editing. As you can see, you can use like Christopher Nolan style.
Memory is like data retrieval. Consciousness mirrors pattern recognition.
And you can generate all of these video scenes in like one click just using something like GenSpark. So I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. So for example, here you can see I said use Veo 3, generate these videos. It went off, created these scenes, and it even scripted the dialogue, the scenes, the style, the presentation, and then it put it into a nice landing page like you can see right here with an example of like what it's actually doing, right? So how it figured out the composition, the color palette, the camera movement, the lighting, etc. using this process. Pretty crazy. Now you can also see here that we can generate viral content as well. So as an example of that, if we take a look at this Yeti vlog chronicles that I generated this morning, this is a film that was put together. Now here's something super interesting about the new Veo 3 update, and that is that usually these videos are like, I would say maximum 8 seconds long, but you can now actually generate with audio dialogue all of these videos and then get an AI super agent like GenSpark to just stitch them all together like you can see, and then even embed them onto a landing page, or you can probably just give GenSpark the login details and then it will upload this stuff directly to YouTube. And this is kind of like a Disney level film, right? Like it would be very difficult to know whether this is generated with AI or by like some sort of movie production company. If you're not really into it, it's pretty crazy. And you can see how we've built this page out. It actually explains each scene step by step, and this is all done with GenSpark in like a few clicks this morning. Bear in mind, like the update only came out like a few hours ago and it's already looking absolutely awesome. Here's another example. We created Bigfoot the movie, stitched all the clips together, so it's actually a 1-minute video. You can make it much longer if you wanted to. And then if we play this back,
beautiful beings. Today's levitation is sponsored by... Wait, why is Gerald the bear upside down?
Today we're making my famous everything soup. Gerald, why did you add your hat to the pot?
Serving you forest haute couture realness.
so you get the point. Like you can generate these videos with dialogue. You can actually sync the audio as well to the person, and basically this is what's happened, right? So Josh Woodward, who works at Google and Google Labs, he's explaining that Veo Fast 3 just came out. You get generations per day, you get a 10 pack per day, I think it is. And in GenSpark, there doesn't seem to be a limit actually. So it seems like you can almost create as many as you want. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. You can generate videos like you see right here. This is a video that was generated.
Warm you up. Give it a try in Gemini.
Pretty crazy. And also, if you haven't seen this already, let me show you this film that was created actually by GenSpark as well. This is wild. Now, I'll show you exactly how to do all of this step by step in a second, but I just want to show you what's possible with this new update because it's absolutely mind-blowing. If you've ever wanted to generate AI videos, this is probably the easiest time. But yeah, you can see some examples right there. So let's get into it. Let's explain exactly how it works, what we can do, etc., the prompts used, all that sort of stuff. So, for example, if we take a look at this, and when we look up, sometimes says, again, you're leading the way. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to show the latest stuff before anyone else, and I think we're getting there, so that's great. So you can see here, inside GenSpark, which is an AI super agent, we've just said, use Veo 3, generate a series of short cinematic videos, each with visual and storytelling, should be funny, surreal comedy film about the Bigfoot vlogging with a selfie stick, basically a funny story about the Yeti and a day in the life, right? And it's like should be, and then entertaining, etc. Include camera movement, lighting, framing, pacing, and atmosphere. Maximize the outputs for inducing dopamine with amazing visuals. Short dialogue because Veo 3 is only 8 seconds long. That's important to note here as well. It's like, you know, Veo 3 is only 8 seconds long. So if you're getting an AI super agent to generate the dialogue and the scene, the agent needs to understand that, and you should put that inside your instructions. Now, if you just want to copy and paste and steal all this stuff from me, I've actually got a full module inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description. Comes with all of these different resources. You got links to loads of different resources on this stuff and different courses, including a Manus AI Super Agent course. And then in the notes, we've got some examples that you can watch back. And then additionally, if you want to steal these prompts from me, you've got them inside the AI Success Lab as well, right? So you can just grab that link in the comments description. But yeah, essentially, if we have a look, this is what we've generated and how we've done it. And then it is quite easy to do. Now, when you're doing this, you want to be careful because, to be 100% honest, like GenSpark, it does have a limit on credits. And what that means is you have to be really careful when you're generating stuff, because if you're not, then you can rinse through credits, spend all your money, and not even realize it. And then before you know it, you've got to upgrade again, right? So if you're on a tight budget or you're trying to save money, what I would recommend is that when you're building this out, you actually just generate the prompts first, ask GenSpark to get you to approve them, and then create the videos, but create the scenes like one by one. Because if you create all the prompts and all the scenes in one prompt, well, the problem with that is that it's going to rinse your credits, and you're not going to be able to approve anything before it goes through. And then before you know it, you've created a bunch of stuff that you don't even like, right? So you can do this step by step. I would also say, like, in the prompts, request no subtitles, right? And then also just get approval on the scenes, right? So if you read some of this stuff and you don't like it, you can always say, like, just make the scenes funnier or more interesting, etc. Right? And then GenSpark came back to me with a bunch of ideas. So, for example, like epic morning fail, grooming disaster, breakfast gone wrong, etc. I asked it for some more improvements. So I said funnier, more surreal, include the selfie stick in each scene as well, because we want it to feel like a vlog, and also include the characters in the background, right? Something like that. So we've got a bunch of ideas right there. And then I said, okay, go and generate the videos with Veo 3. This is important to say as well, because when you're generating the videos, right, Client and all these other, well, these AI super agents, they have access to stuff like Klein, Quen. They can generate videos in many ways. But the one that you want to use, the best one, is Veo 3, because that actually syncs the audio to the video, and the quality of the outputs is better. And if you use, for example, like Client 2.1, well, you're not going to get audio synced with the video, right? So it's just not going to be as good. So make sure you say Veo 3. And then inside here, you can see an example of what we generated. So these are all the videos we got back. As you can see, pretty simple and easy to do. And there we go, right? And then it also created and stitched together the videos, like you can see. So it actually downloads them and stitches them together, which, normally you would have to get a video editor to do, or you're going to have to open up something like Descript and figure out yourself. Very messy, wouldn't recommend it. And instead, you can use this process, generate all the videos, stitch them all together, and then embed them onto a landing page like you can see right here. This is by far the easiest and most powerful way I know to generate automated videos. You couldn't do this yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Like, this has only just come out right now. It's brand new stuff. So pretty crazy. And you can see how powerful it is. So you've now got the individual scenes, but also the complete movie right here if you wanted to. I'm sure if you kept saying to GenSpark, generate another scene, and you just kept what you like and discarded what you don't like, then you could create like an actual full movie. And it would probably just take you a day of like sitting down and rinsing through a lot of credits.
Watch me land this sick kickflip.
It's wild stuff. Let's have a look. Talent show madness.
Next up, Gerald's fish juggling act. Why are the fish still alive?
He's just hanging out with his cronies right there. We've got a late night talk show.
So tell us about your nut collection empire.
This is riveting television!
Alright, so you can create something more serious, but I think it works quite well with like surreal stuff, to be honest, because, as humans, our brains are not used to this. Like, this is the only time in history we've been able to do this. And so, if you can create something that stands out, that's never been seen before, then of course you're going to get more attention, which means your views and your videos are going to do much better, whether you're posting them on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. As an example of that, if you want to see something really crazy, let me show you this. So, we put like Bigfoot vlog. You can see these videos, and this one was just created a day ago, so it's still working right now. You can see here that the world, according to AI, posted this video, got 72,000 views. It's a 1 minute 25 video. Could you do that inside GenSpark? Absolutely, right? So we've got another one, a forest workout here. Like if you wanted to generate that, here's how you can do it. So you can just go into GenSpark. Let's open this up. We'll open this over here. And then we'll say, right, okay, create a vlog style video with 8 scenes, right? Probably want about 8 scenes. Make it funny plus entertaining of Bigfoot doing a forest jungle workout, right? And I would say like give the prompts first / scene ideas, then do your magic from there to approve. I'm just trying to think if we could do anything, but I think that would be good. I think as well, just make sure you say 8 seconds per click, so keep the dialogue short, make it feel and look like a YouTube vlog, right? So what we're going to do from here is we're just going to easily generate these videos step by step. Burn says, what's up, bro? What's up? Just creating some crazy videos, you know, as you can see right here. So whilst waiting for that to load, in fact, let's have a look at some of these prompts so far. So Bigfoot waving camera with enthusiastic. What's up, forest fam? Big B here, ready to get swole in nature. It's comedy genius. It's better than most movies out on Netflix right now, right? And then from here we can say, okay, perfecto. Now generate the videos with Veo 3. I'm going to say make sure in each prompt for Veo 3 you include the environment, scene, visual style, vlog, plus that'll do, right? And then that'll start generating the videos. It typically takes about 3 minutes to generate each video, but the cool thing about this is, and this is way better than using like Gemini directly, it's like if you use Gemini directly, you can only generate like one video at a time, you know, directly in the interface here, unless you have multiple tabs open. And then also you can't stitch them together, whereas GenSpark can actually stitch these videos together, and it can generate multiple videos at once. Plus in Gemini there's a limit, whereas directly inside GenSpark there doesn't seem to be a limit. Like I've probably rinsed about, I want to say 40 videos this morning in the space of a couple of hours, and that's basically my life now. I'm just creating AI videos so about Yeti and Bigfoot. So it's generating the videos right here. You can see we've got the percentages. What I really like as well is like you can see the percentage that it's being done, so you can see the progress. And also like it's embedded directly in the chat. Sometimes it's going to fail. That's okay. We just keep going and we keep correcting along the way. Obviously it's brand new technology that's never been seen before, but you get the point, right? And so we're generating the videos. We're going out with that. Bing, bang, bosh. And then, you know, if you want to see an example of the actual video in progress, you know, whilst that's waiting to load, let me show you this example. So we'll play the sound on that. I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit.
Morning, fam. Just woke up and my bed is literally frozen to my back.
Time to brush my teeth! Why is my toothbrush a giant icicle?
Making breakfast!
Wait, did I just crack a DR-Agon egg?
Checking the weather.
Oh, great! It's raining frozen fish!
Hiking to my favorite spot. Oh no! I'm being chased by angry penguins?
Guys, the aliens think I am the tourist attraction. Now the dragon wants to be my cameraman!
Well, that happened. Tomorrow, I'm interviewing Bigfoot's estranged cousin.
So you can see, look, the audio sync there is not perfect, right? And so that's why I recommend just generating the videos step by step. But you get the point. And then I think even, this is crazy as well. So on this landing page that we've got, we can click watch now. We can share it, I think. But we can also download the video with this button right here. So, yeah. Wild stuff. I don't know what's going to happen to YouTube over the next year. Who knows what's going to happen to YouTube over the next year? I mean, like, just look at the popularity of this stuff. As long as people keep being creative and reinventing stuff, it's just going to get outrageous. Outrageous. Let's have a look. See if we've got a Yeti vlog as well here. Yeah, so you can see some examples. The world according to AI is just blowing up, right? You got Yeti and Bigfoot right there in one scene. So, if you want to see another example, let's pull up the cinematic style here. So we generated the scenes step by step, and then what it's done is it's actually created with each kind of director style a different video in a different scene, but the whole thing is about prompt theory, right? So we've got like a Quentin Tarantino, very like Pulp Fiction style haircut, as you can see as well inside here. I don't know what the movie industry is going to be like as well in the future, because, you know, the other thing that I imagine with this is, you know, if you sat down for just a day, you could generate a full film. Why do you need to go to Hollywood, right? And then it's not down to the technology anymore, it's down to the creativity of the user, right? And so anyone could be a film director these days. So if we have a look, this is a Stanley Kubrick style video. Let's play this back. We'll go here. And Jacob says, what's the cheapest way to create unlimited AI videos? So you can switch between all these free platforms, you know, like if you want to generate free AI videos, you can even use, like, I've got inside the AI Profit Boardroom, we have a bunch of like free options. Let's have a look inside. I think it'll be the video automation bit. Yeah, if you use this ChatGPT faceless videos method, you can actually generate videos with AI for free, right? That's a free way to do it. Cheapest way I know. But obviously the video is not going to be as good as like the latest technology. Like something like Veo 3 with the new fast option, which is going to be a cheaper API, you're going to get way better responses and outputs, right? So let's play this one back now.
Have you ever wondered why your thoughts arrive so? Have you ever...
And that is a Stanley Kubrick style scene. Let's have a look at the Tarantino one.
You know what's weird about free will?
What?
Every choice we make feels spontaneous, but follows perfect narrative structure, beginning, middle, end.
Let's have a look at another one. This is Christopher Nolan style. I didn't like that one so much, to be honest with you. I'm not going to play it. This was Wes Anderson. Scorsese I'm a big fan of anyway. So let's play this back.
So I'm thinking, right? But who's doing the thinking?
They even generated like music in the background, which is pretty wild. David Lynch style. Let's play this back.
I had the strangest dream. I dreamed I was dreaming about dreaming.
And then we have Ridley Scott as well. So this will be more like sci-fi style.
In this business, you learn to read people. Programs.
And I think that's pretty much it. So let's wait for the... We've got some photos back now. So this is like the vlog style that I was showing you before that I was saying was pretty easy to generate. So let's play this back. So you get the point. And then we've generated all the videos now, right? So you can see the videos are being generated. Now, if you just want to stitch them together, okay, making a little forest protein shake right there, living the dream. See how it's kind of like similar style as well? Like it looks very similar. So now what we can do is just say stitch these together as one long video. And Clancy Bond says you should check out the Holy vlogs. They've been nailing the comedy. Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of good like comedy ones. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that out. And Cut the Check says, is it uncensored? So I think you do have to be careful. You know, it's a Google product. Obviously, they're not going to allow anything too crazy. So I do think it's censored in some ways. But the quality of the outputs is really cool. Right, like, that looks pretty realistic. Bigfoot in a torn t-shirt, looking all muddy after his gym workout. He's created a little protein shake right there. Doing a bit of yoga on the cool down. You get the point. So now what it's going to do inside GenSpark is generate and execute the Python code. You can see it running right there. And it's going to use this to generate all the scenes together. And then after that, what we can do is if we're happy with the outputs, then we can say, okay, you know, embed this into a web page, beautifully designed web page, right? And what I also like to do is just have 2 different tabs open with GenSpark, because then when you're doing this, you can switch between the tabs. You don't have to wait too long between each one, you know, and you can just sort of get stuff done in between. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can actually do with GenSpark as well directly. Like if we pull up some examples inside here, like you don't just create videos inside GenSpark, as fun as that is. Like if we take a look at some other examples, this is a game I created. We also created like a SEO SaaS tool, a full landing page website, an AI growth calculator, a link building mastery quiz for my team, training the sales team, the translation of my website in French, and also a 3D runner game, right? Like it's overpowered, GenSpark. It's ridiculous. So let's go back to this. Now, what you can see is it's actually using something called FFmpeg to stitch these files together. If you want to get an API for those, what you can actually do is you can use FAL, and FAL has an API key where you can plug in all your clips together, the URLs, and then it will stitch them together. I actually have a NA10 automation for that, for viral reels, like you can see, where you can stitch all the models together, stitch all the videos together with the NA10 automation. It's pretty cool. So let's go back to this video. We can watch the video right here. Hopefully it works. Doesn't always work first time. Just want to be 100% honest with you. It's been pretty clean today, but you know, sometimes it's not going to work. So let's wait for that to load. Might have to download the file first before we can get it back. And you can see it's 70 meg, so it might take a little while. Let's try and click play on that, see what we get back.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, I did it.
So you get the point, like it can create a nice little vlog. The way that I would improve that is actually just add more dialogue in the scenes to make it more interesting, or add some characters so that, you know, you've got different characters in the scene who can sort of like interact with each other. That would be a lot more interesting. But as a vlog style, does it work? Did we just generate 1 minute of video? Did it all sort of link together? Absolutely. right? And so you can see how easy this is. And I just did this on a live stream, just messing around, not even paying much attention to the prompts. Imagine what you could do if you actually sat down for an hour or 2 or 3 and try to create something absolutely amazing, right? You could do much better than me. So you get some examples. If you want to get all the video notes from today, feel free to get that inside the AI Success Lab. So you can see all the prompts right here. We've also got links to all of these different resources and courses if you want to learn this stuff properly. And additionally, you've got all the prompts here along with the examples of stuff that I created today. And what we actually do inside the AI Success Lab is we have 10,100 members and we just give away new trainings every single day, right? Every single day. Like, for example, look at this automation that we're giving away today for free. You can get that inside the AI Success Lab. Link in the comments description, completely free. Every day we're just giving away absolutely crazy stuff. And if you want to get coaching support, if you want to connect with me personally, if you want to connect with 635 members who are all serious about growing their business with AI, feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments description. Inside here, we also have links to all of my best AI agents, workflows. We actually created a Veo 3 automation with NA10, where you can basically automate your whole workflow, including coming up with the idea, writing the script, and then sending that to Veo 3. And then also with Veo 3, we have another automation where you can take your content and you can actually auto post it to social media as well, which is pretty wild, right? Plus, on top of that, you get tons of other benefits, like, for example, 3 coaching calls per week. There's actually one happening today and tomorrow. And then also inside the AI Profit Boardroom, you know, you can ask any questions. We get back to you right away. Like you can see with Aaron. Aaron posted about Gemini diffusion. We got back to him ASAP. And also, you know, what we do is we actually build custom automations for you each week, right? So, for example, if you're like, oh, I want to see this automation, I want to see that automation, I want to automate this in my business, right? I don't see any other community doing this, but basically you can post in here and we'll just get back to you with the automation that week. We'll create a video tutorial and break down exactly what's working. And also we break down like the good, the bad, and what you can ignore so you don't feel overwhelmed. It's just a cool place to connect. You can connect with me personally, and also, you know, we can get to know each other more and you can get to know everyone else, and we feel like we're winning, and we feel like we're using AI as an opportunity, not a threat. So that's inside the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. And if you want to get a free AI strategy session, maybe you're not sure what you want to automate, you need some help, you want to get on a call with us, you want to ask some questions, maybe you even want us to do this for you, well, you can book in a free call, link in the comments description, and we can do all of this for you. You know, and if it makes sense for us to work together, we're happy to do so. Now, Clancy Bond says, what are the costs generally for this? So, I mean, I don't know, because it's going to be even cheaper with the Veo 3 Fast automation. I'm on the... I generated 2 different sets of videos on the $39 a month plan with GenSpark. So that was pretty reasonable. If I use the NA10 automation, I think it's something like... I think it was about $3 to $6 per video, which was pretty reasonable as well. And yeah, you get the idea. So, cheers for watching. So, feel free to ask any questions as we go along, because I'm making sure I answer them. But what we're going to be doing next is talking about another way to automate content. Using another AI super agent, which we'll come on to in a second.
The miracle.
And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'll get straight into this in a second. Just want to find one more page. Let's find this. So Manus have a brand new update where you can basically integrate Veo 3, generate AI videos like you can see right here. I'll play this in a second. And essentially with this, you can now generate longer clips. You can tell the AI agent to generate videos, and they're very, very lifelike. So let's play back this video and I'll show you exactly what we mean and how to use this in a minute.
The miracle begins now. Manus is here!
What comes next is VO3 inside Manus. Let me show you.
Every director has a language. Could AI learn to speak those languages? So I gave Manus a simple prompt. Create.
So essentially, if you want to start using this, right, you can go into Manus, and then if you want to see an example of what we did here, well, basically we can generate very cinematic videos using Manus, and it will generate these clips and even embed them directly into a slideshow or into a presentation, as we can see right here. So for example, what I did was I said use Veo 3, generate a series of short cinematic videos, each in the distinct visual and storytelling style of a legendary film director, should be like a film style, etc. And then if we actually open this up, we can play the videos. So this is the Alfred Hitchcock video. Let's play this back.
What if I'm just following a script? What if...
So it's got like that cinematic style. Let's open up the one on Wes Anderson.
I think I'm generated by prompts.
That explains your quirky dialogue.
We've got Christopher Nolan style here.
Am I real or just generated text?
This is pretty cool. I really like the neon colors in this.
Are my emotions programmed?
Alright, and if you're not aware, some people are aware of what Manus is, some people aren't. So Manus is a super agent that can build tools, websites, games. It can research trips for you. It's basically like an AI assistant that can do a lot of things that an actual employee can do, with like a kind of chat GPT style interface. But the biggest difference is here that it can also generate videos as well, and it's kind of like a wrapper for other API keys. So for example, like it can use Claude and Veo 3 and everything else. So let's play this one back as well.
Am I just following a script?
Pretty nice video generations. That's Tarantino style apparently. And then this is like a kind of fantasy style.
Maybe I'm made of code and dreams.
So you can see the power of this. What you can actually do as well, I think, is you can get Manus to like stitch up all the videos and then create like a minute long video or even longer. And if we go inside the chat, this is exactly how I generate the videos. So I use this prompt right here. If you want to steal the prompts from me, they're inside the AI Success Lab, along with a bunch of training links to different courses on this stuff. And you can see that I've included links to examples, plus the copy and pastable prompt if you want to just customize that to you. So if you wanted to get started with this, what we can do is we can go over to Manus. And then we'll click Get Started in the top right. I'm trying to think which plan I'm on. Yeah, I'm on Manus Plus here, which I think, let's see how much it costs. Yeah, so these are the plans, right? So I'm on the $39 a month plan here to generate these videos. And then if we go inside here, I'm going to say use this to create the content. And I'm going to say, make sure you give me the prompts to approve first. I'm going to say it must be vlogging style. Keep all the prompts, scene descriptions as vlogging style, and keep the dialogue short, as Veo 3 only allows, I think it's maximum like 8 seconds per clip. Alright, so we're going to go with that first. We'll hit enter. Now, I've used other tools as well, like you've got other agents that can do this, like GenSpark as well. honestly, if I have a choice, I'll show you the outputs in a second, but I would say I still prefer GenSpark. But I want to show you, because I know a lot of people here use Manus and that sort of thing. I just find Manus is a little bit slower than GenSpark when it comes to generating outputs. But still, it's amazing that you can do this with either one. And you can see the process here, right? So it's like, right, Manus is going to think about this first, then we're going to get user approval, then we're going to generate the videos, and then we're going to deliver the final videos to the user, right? So it's generating the outputs here. Now, you might be thinking, okay, isn't this just like AI slop, or nobody's going to watch this, etc.? So what you can actually do is, if you go on YouTube, and actually TikTok as well is a good example of this, right? So if you go on TikTok, you can see here, like, some of these videos are absolutely blowing up, right? So for example, this account, 2.1 million views, 1.2 million views, 320,000 views, right? Like, these Yeti style videos are absolutely blowing up and performing very, very well on social media. So you can create viral videos. They do get a lot of views and they perform very well. So let's have a look at the prompts to approve here. So morning routine introduction, a massive fluffy white Yeti holds a smartphone and selfie stick, speaking directly to the camera in a vlogging style, blah, blah, blah. It says, good morning, Snow Squad, welcome back to my channel. All right, so this looks good, to be honest. So I'm going to say approve now. And then from here, we can wait for Manus to start generating the videos. And it's doing this magic right here. Now you can see here it says, to get better video quality, Manus recommends using the new Veo 3 model. It costs 300 credits per 8-second clip. It's only in that dimension, so 16:9 format only. The default model costs 30 credits. I'm going to continue with Veo 3. Veo 3 is the model you want to use, right? If you use something like, for example, Kling 2 or something like that, you're not going to get the audio dialogue synced with the video. So you want to make sure you're using Veo 3. Tyler is asking, his appearance changed throughout each clip. No way to control that. Yeah, that's very hard to control. You can have, like, I think what Manus did, for example, in that scene that we looked at before, to get continuity, is they probably used the same description of the scientist in each scene. So like this one, it looks very similar to this one because he's got glasses and a suit on. But yeah, that's the way that I see it. I think like that's the only way to get continuity. But you know, if it's something generic like Bigfoot, most people are not going to notice the difference, to be honest with you. So you can see now it's generating the video, and it's a lot slower than using something like Manus. Something like GenSpark. So when you're using Manus, for example, you can see it's just generating one video at a time. It's not generating like all 10 videos at once, right? And so you have to wait for each video to be generated before that's going to be done. Now let me show you how GenSpark does this in contrast. So if we have a look at GenSpark, which is another AI agent that can do the same thing, and we'll pull these up side by side. So what GenSpark actually does is it generates all the videos at once, side by side, and it's a lot faster, right? So for example, Manus is just creating one video at a time, whereas GenSpark is creating all the videos at once, right? And I much prefer that personally, just because I think you get faster and better outputs. And for me, I'm always trying to optimize for time, right? That's the whole point of doing this. So if I have a choice, I'm still going to go with with GenSpark, but Manus is doing okay. Here's another bunch of videos we actually created with GenSpark, which are pretty cool. Nice and colorful, etc. as well. And then we can wait for the outputs to get back here. Alright, now whilst we're waiting, you might be wondering, okay, like, is Manus just like an AI video tool? Absolutely not. So if we look at some examples here, let's pull up Manus. So if we pull up some examples of Manus, like you can build other stuff, like for example 3D runner games. Like you can see, you can create SEO tools. This is another SaaS tool we create for AI SEO content writer. Actually takes an API key, and then you can plug in the API key and generate content with it. We've created a full SEO directory using Manus, and also like it can do a lot of deep research and then plug that into a permanent URL. Additionally, here's another website that we created, and also like a kind of Mario style game, as you can see, where you can just run around and play like Mario basically. So it can do a lot of other cool stuff as well, but today we're focusing on the Manus scene creation. So now it's generated that video. Let's play this back. We can actually download that. Takes ages to download, to be fair. Let's try and play the video back. So we've got the video back now. This is the first scene from the Yeti vlogging. It looks pretty cool already, like the visual's super nice. You got the little selfie stick right there.
Good morning, Snow Squad. Welcome back to my channel.
So it looks super cool, really easy to generate that. If we X off that, we'll go back to the chat. Now it's generating the next video, right? And so it does take quite a long time to generate these videos.
Good morning.
Step by step. What I would recommend is you just go off and do something else whilst this generates the outputs for you. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting absolutely ages. I mean, you can see how this, if you were creating 8 scenes, well, that's 8 times 3 minutes. That's 24 minutes of just waiting around for the videos to generate. So it's going to take ages. Let's click on the next video and see what that's like. So we've got the next scene here. You can see as well, like it's not quite that continuous, right? So it just looks slightly different versus the first scene, but it's still cool.
So today we're making my famous Yeti latte. And it's going great.
All right, and then it's just generating the video step by step right there. Now, once that's done, obviously I'm not going to make a 24-minute video because that'd be very boring for you to just wait for Manus to be delivered. But once it's generated all the videos, then what you can do is you can actually, I think you can ask Manus to stitch all the videos together. And from there, you can create like a minute-long video, or, you know, if you created 80 of these, well, let's have a look. 8 times 80, because each video clip is 8 seconds, so that's 640 seconds. So that's about 10.5 minutes long, right? So if you got 80 clips from Manus, which would use up a lot of credits, but if you got 80 clips, then you would actually have like a full YouTube video vlog ready to go. And literally all you did was just ask Manus to do it, and then you go off, you wait for it to load. Maybe it'd take about an hour to generate all of those, and you're good to go. Right, pretty wild. So that's how you can create all these videos. Like I said, I still prefer GenSpark. Like GenSpark's process is a lot faster and easier, to be honest. But it's amazing that you can do this with any platform, and it's crazy how powerful this is. You can also take the API and you can use something like FAL and a combination of FAL plus Veo 3 to generate outputs as well, right? So for example, if we go to Explore, you can get Veo 3 over here, and then you can actually plug this into NA10 and generate like a sort of one-click workflow where you can generate outputs. So let me show you an example of that. So for example, if we have a look, this is a Veo 3 NA10 automation that I built. You can see how it works. Basically what it's doing is it's grabbing some ideas. It just comes up with random ideas. Then it uses the AI agent to come up with the script. Then it plugs the prompts into Veo 3's API on FAL. That generates the output, and then that goes to a Google Sheet with a breakdown of all the videos we've created. And that's like in a importable NA10 workflow that you can just download from me inside the AI Profit Boardroom and then upload into NA10, right? If you want to see some examples of that in action, here's a spreadsheet with all the files. Let's open these up and see what we get.
How do you believe this? They're actually dancing!
So this was fully automated with NA10.
Check it out, folks! Totally organic, wild squirrel smoothie. Straight from my backyard.
Here's another one. Right, that was another one. That's Yeti losing his selfie stick in the snow. And then we have Yeti eating cereal with chopsticks for some reason.
How do people even do this?
Right, and you can automate all of this with workflow on NA10, right? Pretty simple, using the AI Profit Boardroom. We also got, you know, if you want to learn like how to build this stuff and how to customize it yourself and that sort of thing, inside the AI Profit Boardroom, we do like 3 weekly coaching calls. Plus, you can ask any questions inside the community in between the coaching calls. If you can't make the calls, we actually record them and you can watch them back. And we have a full NA10 templates and workflow section here with loads of different NA10 automations, right? So for example, like this is an NA10 automation for generating avatar videos with like 1 click. We've also got a Firecrawl, like Reddit AI agent that can research the internet. And you can just download these templates, upload them into NA10, and then you're good to go, right? And additionally, what we also do each week is we just ask you like, what do you want to see? And then from there, you can just post whatever you want to see. We'll create the automation for you, and we'll create a video tutorial on exactly how to do it, right? Someone is asking, like, how do you keep the characters consistent? I've already talked about that a little bit, but basically with the character consistency, it is tough. It is tough, right? I think the best way that I've done it so far is with GenSpark and just asked it to keep like one consistent style throughout the content, right? So for example, if we go back here, go into my recent chats, this is a Bigfoot jungle workout, right? And you can see here that it all kind of looks very similar, right? So for example, you've got Bigfoot here and here, and here, and also here. It's all like the similar style, right? One of the easiest ways to do this is you just tell it exactly what you want. So for example, you can say, right, make it feel and look like a YouTube vlog. And you do that throughout the content consistently, and then all the videos have this character consistency, like you can see right here. And that seems to work pretty well. It's not perfect, but it does the job. So if we go back to Manus, I think it's generated 4 videos now. Let's open up this one and we'll see what this is like. So we got the Yeti skincare routine.
Step 3 of my skincare routine, organic mountain snow.
And then we have video 4 here too.
Time for my daily yoga flow. Mountain pose is literally perfect for me.
Love that, like it's just really, the visuals are really cool. And then you can see it's running in the background whilst I've been running through, you know, all the other stuff on today. So yeah, that's basically it. Thought says, can it make reels, TikTok, or only landscape? So you can actually post TikTok landscape, and it works really well, right? So for example, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but the Yeti cartel is a good example of this. So you can see here, it's a landscape video. It's absolutely awesome. This is at Yeti Cartel on TikTok. And you can see it's a landscape video, but it works really, really well. And that's a minute 4 collection. So it's basically like it's a full video generated and then stitched together. Like you can see, it looks really, really cool. The visuals are absolutely amazing. And then, you know, you don't need to worry about creating portrait videos. But yeah, Veo 3 with its API, it only creates landscape. But you know, on TikTok or wherever, you can post landscapes, so that's not a big issue. And then if you want to get a Reels automation, you know, where you generate like portrait videos, inside here we have the NA10 viral Reels workflow. You can download the JSON here. So you just download this Shorts automation and then upload it into NA10, and you're good to go on that. It will create like a nice little portrait automation. But that's using Kling 2.1 and Flux, so you're not going to get the audio on that. And that's why I recommend the landscape version instead. All right. So thanks so much for watching. I've shown you exactly how to use Manus, the whole process right here. Hope to see you in the AI Profit Boardroom. And if you want us to just get all of this stuff done for you, if you're like, Julian, I need this stuff for my business, I don't know how to implement it, I just want to hire someone else to do it, I don't want to figure it out myself, then feel free to book in a free AI strategy session, link in the comments description. We'll basically jump on that call with you. We'll look at your business, we'll look at what you want to automate and where you're spending all your time, right? And then we'll go, right, let's focus on building an automation for you each month that saves you the 80-20 of your time, right? So most business owners, they're spending most of their time on one or two things that can be easily automated, and that's what we focus on. This is how I've scaled my own business. It's just finding that one or two automations each month that I can automate, and then from there, go on. Someone else asked, does it have copyright restrictions? I'm not a legal expert, so I'm not going to give any legal expert advice on that. I would just ask ChatGPT, or, you know, if you're really worried about it, ask a legal expert. I'm probably not the right person to ask on that. All right. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. I will see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.